Hey everyone, Steve here back on the Scale Cajon Subdivision. Time for another layout update video. This is layout update number 8 on the layout. It's September 2019 and layout number 7 was done in May of 2019. I've done a couple videos since then, just some trains running on the layout, but haven't done an actual layout update here in a little while. So as I said in the last video, it's been a busy summer here. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of family in town, some projects going on around the house and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been busy and the layout's kind of taken a little bit of a break, or a back burner I should say. So got some stuff done, not a whole lot, but I'll show you guys what we've been working on and what we're also working on here in the future. Alright, stick around. Alright everyone, welcome back. So in our last video we were kind of working on this bench work down here. None of this bench top down here was done on the lower level. And as you can see now, we have the bench top done down here on the lower level, and we have 2 access ports. One here so that we can access underneath Sullivan's curve if needed. I framed that out, and I've got a hatch that actually goes in there that I just need to frame the hatch, and then I'll probably have like some latches and some quick disconnects so that if any track goes over it, I can just remove that access port as needed to get up and get in underneath maybe Sullivan's curve, or if I need to reach something in the back there. I've also been painting the bench top, kind of getting ready to start working the yard here. This is the lower level end of what would be my San Bernardino yard, and it is just a reversing loop, and I'll kind of show you guys how that works here in a minute. I've got the same thing here, another access framed up, and I just need to this one I need to cut and make an actual piece to go in there, and I'll frame that up as well. So on to kind of how this track operates. Alright, so this is kind of the west end of my San Bernardino yard. I know it's not this is probably going to be, I'm going to try to do this with my finger. So this is main 1, 2, and 3. Main 1 obviously being closest to the camera and what the train is sitting on right now. Main 1 and 2, the track is down. I haven't put main 3 down just yet. So as you can see, main 1 and 2 and 3 will pass behind my San Bernardino yard. And then this has also got main 2 has a reversing section in it, an auto reverser that controls that section. And so main 2 will actually come around, and it will take the turnout if it wants to come back over here to main 1, as you can kind of see there, and it'll become main 1. Now if it doesn't take the turnout and actually goes straight, main 2 will actually kind of become my yard lead. And I know this isn't got some extra switches here just laying on the layout, but main 2 is actually going to feed into my yard. I'll actually have a turnout here, another turnout here, and this first one will actually probably have a couple classification tracks, or maybe a couple engine and maintenance facility tracks, that type of thing. The second turnout will have the yard lead, and then I'll have 3 arrival departure tracks that'll feed off the end there. So and then over here, main 3 will actually become my UP line coming through the yard, and that'll probably just be a main, 2 mains, and or a main and a passing, and then maybe a couple staging tracks. Really just my yard is for storing trains, and then maybe a little bit of building up. San Bernardino yard is nowhere obviously to scale, and it's nowhere near the real thing. Neither is my interpretation of Colton yard. It's just a compressed area for me to store some trains, have a few more trains staged ready to go on the layout. On my last layout, I didn't design my yard very well, and I ended up having trains kind of blocking the mains a lot. So that's I'm trying to have this one where I can keep trains running, and then I can also have my yard that is able to have trains entering and leaving the yard without blocking the main. And if I'm doing some sorting in the yard, which I do plan to do at some point in time, then I've got that ability to do so. So main 1 and 2 are fully operational. Other than I still got to put in the turnout, or the switch motor for the turnout, and the control for that. This end down here, this reversing loop, I just need to wire. It's wired, but I need to run the bus underneath and just finish wiring the feeders into the bus. I've got one done just to make sure it was operational. A little bit more wiring, and then this end of the layout for main 1 and 2 at least is done. So this was the big section that allowed me to run trains continuously on the layout. And then you guys had kind of already seen the rest of my yard, or at least back there. Workbench is very messy right now. And I'll clean this up here in a bit and kind of show you how this area is going to look. So give me a second. Alright, you can kind of see roughly how large this yard is. That train right there parked on main 1 is about 32 cars long, and that takes up a pretty good section of main 1 there. Like I said, I haven't got much done on this end either. Just kind of, I haven't really been rushing my yard because I really want to make sure I get it done right. But I am starting to work down at the other end, and I'm going to start working that yard down this way. But eventually I'll have probably just to the left of these Union Pacific locomotives, I'll have 3 BNSF arrival departure tracks, and that'll come from the end we were just looking at, and then it'll go all the way to pretty much where these tracks are coming. And then we'll have this yard lead down here. This will allow trains to come into the yard from here or here if they're just going to arrival departure. They'll also be able to get to the arrival departure from this yard lead, and then here we'll have it branch off to the actual yard lead, like the runaround yard for like my switching. And then we'll have about 6 arrival departure tracks running the length of about the midway down this this yard here. And then of course we'll have kind of where that black mark is. That's just me fumbling around with you know, where I want to start this track on the end. And then I'll have a couple UP lines, your UP tracks staged here, and then that UP traffic will just kind of wrap around here and then end up right here, going into the helix. So again, a mess, I know, thank you. I moved some things to make the video look a little bit better, and then I end up piling stuff on top of each other. So anyway, kind of just a quick overview of the yard. I'll show you guys what else we've been working on. Again, I said I haven't been working on a lot, but a lot of little things, but I guess they do add up here and there. So yeah, a little bit here, a little bit there. All right, on to the upper level. What we've been working on, I did say I've been painting. I've been doing a lot of the painting on just the bench work where I can, because a lot of this bench is going to be hidden by scenery and sealed. I'm trying to minimize the amount of moisture that gets into the bench work and then causes expansion or contraction of the wood. I've read that painting it does help, so I've started painting a lot of it. I did paint like a lot of my helix panels before I built the helix. I painted the underside and top side before I built them because I knew I wouldn't be able to get in there very well. But yeah, you know, if you're in an area where it does get humid, then you will get a little bit of expansion on the layout, and that causes, you know, the track to expand when the wood does, or it contracts. I had a little bit here and there throughout the layout throughout the summer, not a lot. I was pretty fortunate. I do run a dehumidifier in there that helps though. So up through main 3, I think about right here is where we left off last time, where the locomotive and the work train is sitting. We had the track just in place and not tacked down, but now we have main 3 installed, glued down, tacked down, whatever you want to call it, and we have feeders installed all the way up through blue cut, makes the turn at blue cut, and then as you can see up to Cajon, we've got main 3 installed, and it's tacked right here just past this turnout. This is about where we're ending, where it's glued down in feeders, and then I'm still working that up through past Cajon, east of Cajon. So and all the feeders, we got feeders, and we got a bus in for main 3. All this wiring is new underneath here. All this, these ones right here are new. Same with the bus and everything. I know it looks messy right now, but right here to my helix, or right here to where it will go down to my main control panel. All right, looking at the back side of where we were just at, this is kind of just getting this ready for where my feeds from the PM42 will go into the 4 districts. One will be for my helix, one will be for my lower level yard, one will be for the lower level mains, and the other will be for the upper level. I'll probably end up eventually putting another PM42 on the upper level that will break it in maybe to 4 districts, such as main 1, main 2, main 3, and main UP Highline. So lower level down here near DeVore, kind of set up my grain elevator. This is not how I'll probably end up setting it up long term. This is just a mock-up, just so at least gives me an idea where things may go. I'm just playing around with it right now, but just received this new piece right here from online from a friend named Justin. Great piece. I think it'll look great on the layout once I get it where it needs to go. So, and down here, just been doing some painting, and that's about it really so far. All right, hey, in addition to just some of the other projects going on this summer, one of the reasons I was taking a little bit of a break was I was running out of stock on certain items, and I was able to get some more of the concrete ties for the microengineering main line or flex track, and then I was able to get some more turnouts. So those were some things that were holding me up from making some progress, and I couldn't move forward without some of those. So there's still a few things I need. I do need some Atlas curved turnouts, code 55. If anyone's got some they're willing to sell or part with, let me know. I'd be happy to take them off your hands. Also got the Digitrax LocoNet cable maker. Get ready to start installing LocoNet jacks. I've got about 5 of them placed throughout the layout, all on the lower level. I think is where I'm going to end up putting them. And then there's the camera. If you guys saw the last video, there's my little camera that I had set up just for that layout, right around the layout. And then I got some of these RPC electronics turnout switches. I'm going to try installing some of these turnout control switches. I'm going to try installing some of these down here where DeVore is, for like these turnouts. I'm going to try to mount these on this panel, so just see how they do, and then if I like them I might get some more. Eventually I'll have fascia down here on the face, but I can always take them off and reattach them after I put in the fascia. But anyway, just want to give you guys a quick layout update. Hopefully the next one I'll have a lot more done. I know it hasn't been a huge amount of work, but there has been a lot of little things going on that all adds up. So, and then when you got regular to-dos and work and family and stuff like that it all adds up, and it takes time away from the layout. So, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the layout update video. I'll try to post a couple videos of some trains running on the layout, either right behind this video or another one just down the road of just some trains running. All right, thanks for watching. Take care. Hey Vinny, this one's for you. Here's your tank train, buddy. Enjoy. You got a work train up there on main 3 parked on the, and we got a BNSF tank train coming up main 2 and a Union Pacific manifest coming down main 1.